Ethan's Great Journey in Neverland with Peter Pan. Once upon a time, in the charming bedroom of a 6-year-old boy named Ethan, a wonderful adventure was about to unfold. Ethan, who loved stories about faraway places and daring escapades, had just settled into bed, ready for his nightly story. Little did he know that tonight, he would become a part of the story itself. As Ethan closed his eyes, he imagined himself flying high above the clouds, just like his favorite hero, Peter Pan. Suddenly, he felt a gentle tap on his shoulder. Ethan opened his eyes to find himself in a lush, vibrant land filled with magical flowers, sparkling rivers, and towering trees. He was in Neverland. "Welcome to Neverland, Ethan," a cheerful voice called out. Ethan turned to see Peter Pan, the legendary boy who never grew up, hovering in the air with a dazzling smile on his face. Tinker Bell, Peter's tiny, glowing friend, fluttered around him, sprinkling fairy dust like glittering confetti. "Peter Pan!" Ethan exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement. "I can't believe I'm really here." Peter laughed and nodded. "Believe it, Ethan. We're going to have the greatest adventure ever." Tinker Bell chimed in, her little bells ringing melodiously. "And don't forget, Ethan, you can fly too." She sprinkled a pinch of fairy dust over Ethan, and suddenly, he felt light as a feather. He tentatively lifted off the ground and began to soar through the air, exhilarated by the sensation of flying. "This is amazing!" Ethan shouted, zooming around in loops and spirals. Peter and Tinker Bell joined him, and together they flew over Neverland, exploring its many wonders. They visited the Mermaid Lagoon, where beautiful mermaids with shimmering tails swam gracefully through the crystal-clear waters. The mermaids sang enchanting songs and invited Ethan to swim with them, but he was too eager to continue the adventure with Peter and Tinker Bell. Next, they visited the Indian camp, where the brave warriors and their families lived. The Indian chief greeted Ethan with a warm smile and invited him to join their feast. Ethan learned about their customs and even participated in a friendly archery contest. He felt a sense of camaraderie and respect for the Indians, who treated him like one of their own. As they continued their journey, Peter Pan told Ethan about his arch-nemesis, the fearsome Captain Hook. "He's always trying to capture me and my friends," Peter explained. "But we always outsmart him." Just as Peter finished speaking, a loud, menacing laugh echoed through the trees. Well, Peter Pan. Looks like you've got yourself a new little friend," came a sinister voice. Captain Hook emerged from the shadows, his hook gleaming in the sunlight. His crew of pirates stood behind him, their eyes glinting with mischief. Peter Pan drew his dagger, ready to defend his friends, but Ethan stepped forward, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. "You won't hurt my friends," he declared, his voice wavering but strong. Captain Hook sneered. "And what can a little boy like you do to stop me?" Ethan glanced at Peter and Tinker Bell, who nodded encouragingly. He took a deep breath and remembered the stories his parents had told him about bravery and standing up for what was right. He felt a surge of courage and knew he had to believe in himself. With a burst of energy, Ethan flew up into the air, dodging Hook's swipes and confusing the pirates. Tinker Bell used her fairy dust to create dazzling distractions, while Peter skillfully outmaneuvered Hook. Together, they worked as a team, and soon, the pirates were in disarray. In the midst of the chaos, Ethan spotted a rope hanging from the mast of Hook's ship. An idea formed in his mind, and he swiftly flew over, grabbing the rope and tying it around Hook's ankles. With a quick tug, Hook was hoisted into the air, dangling upside down and fuming with frustration. The pirates, seeing their captain in such a predicament, quickly retreated, leaving Hook to his embarrassing fate. Peter and Tinker Bell cheered and congratulated Ethan on his quick thinking and bravery. "You did it, Ethan. You were so brave," Peter exclaimed, patting Ethan on the back. Tinker Bell twinkled with pride. You believed in yourself, and that's what made all the difference. Ethan beamed with happiness, feeling a sense of accomplishment he had never experienced before. He realized that bravery wasn't about being fearless, but about facing your fears and believing in yourself. As the sun began to set over Neverland, casting a golden glow across the landscape, Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, and Ethan sat by a cozy campfire. They shared stories and laughter, the warmth of friendship enveloping them. "Ethan," Peter said softly, "you've shown great courage today. Never forget that bravery comes from within, and you are capable of amazing things." Ethan nodded, feeling a deep sense of gratitude and admiration for his new friends. He knew that his time in Neverland was coming to an end, but the lessons he had learned would stay with him forever. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Tinker Bell sprinkled a final pinch of fairy dust over Ethan. "It's time for you to go home, Ethan," she said gently. "But remember, you can always find us in your dreams." With a wistful smile, Ethan closed his eyes and felt the gentle embrace of sleep wash over him. When he opened his eyes again, he was back in his cozy bedroom, the morning sun streaming through the window. Ethan sat up and looked around, still feeling the lingering magic of Neverland. He knew that his adventure with Peter Pan and Tinker Bell was a memory he would cherish forever. And most importantly, he had discovered the true meaning of courage and the power of believing in oneself. With a contented sigh, Ethan hugged his favorite stuffed animal and whispered, "Thank you, Peter Pan. Thank you, Tinker Bell." From that day forward, Ethan faced every challenge with newfound bravery and confidence, knowing that he had the heart of a hero. And every night, as he drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of flying high above the clouds, back to the magical land of Neverland, where adventure and friendship awaited.
Created by a kid and their parent using TaleBot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.